This is Vienna through my eyes. Highlight of the trip was the hotel. Pasena. It's an eco-friendly, on the sustainable path. A funny thing that happened to me when I was entering the hotel, I noticed there are running water. And then later on in the room, I read on the tablet they gave us, which I will talk about in a minute, that the hotel has spring water. As a sustainable hotel, they provide you with a glass bottle of water to refill. So I took my glass, I went to the reception and I asked the receptionist, how can I fill my bottle from the spring? And he replied to me very seriously, you can fill it from your tap in your room. And later I discovered when we were in a tour in Vienna that actually Vienna gets all its water from springs from the Alps mountain. So they come to the city without any pumps, and that's why Vienna has the most pure water. But it was so funny me going to the reception asking, where is the spring? I want to fill my bottle. I'm always inspired by hotels and how they do the decor, and I get ideas for my home. And also, this hotel is eco-friendly because the linens are 100% organic, they are tested for pesticides. As I said, they encourage you to reduce plastic, everything is packaged in paper. Also, another reason why it's sustainable is because it's one step away from all kinds of transportation, underground, buses, trams, and they also offer you scooters and bicycles. So they encourage you not to use your car. In the room, you have a tablet where you can contact the reception, you can ask for room cleaning, but they encourage you not to ask every day because it's more sustainable. And they use an eco-friendly detergents in cleaning. Also from the tablet you can reserve breakfast, and this is what I did. It was a very nice experience, a bit expensive, 25 euros per one person. The food is local, also one of the reasons why it's a sustainable hotel. So as I was sitting, watching, observing people going around, carrying their umbrellas in the rain while I'm sitting under the roof in the warmth, having my fancy breakfast, I just couldn't stop myself from thinking, it would have been amazing if I was a god, up high, observing people, enjoying watching them, what they are doing and how they are going about their days and what decisions they are taking, and I'm just up there, safe, protected, nothing can harm me. Yeah, another philosophical thought, if you want to follow my journey to understand life, solve its mystery and live it fully, you can watch the documentary film I just released, The Scrapbook of Life, Wang Tsung Yang, and also there is a podcast coming on this channel, and it will be on also Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all kinds of other platforms for podcasts where I meet people who change their belief and try to see life through their eyes. So subscribe to this channel if you want to follow me on my journey. Back to Basena Hotel, and my husband's dream was to live in a high floor. I'm a big chicken, I prefer to live on ground floors or first floor maximum, but it was very nice that we were on the 8th floor. The sunrise was amazing. It's just waking up with the reflection of the sun on your face, me watching the mills, the windmills on a distance, and thinking and reflecting and observing. So why Vienna? Vienna is one of the most vegan-friendly cities, and my husband is vegan, so I thought, okay, it's a good chance for him to experience being in a vegan-friendly city. We enjoyed so much the Turkish restaurant, and I tried also the Egyptian restaurant, but to be honest, it wasn't the best experience, so we went back to the Turkish one. We were there every day. They have all kinds of Middle Eastern food, falafel, مسقعة, mahshi, or stuffed paprika, or stuffed grape leaves, and all kinds of Middle Eastern food made with good quality. Which takes me to another point, which is globalization. So you go to Vienna expecting that you will have this Austrian atmosphere, but then you find a lot of immigrants, all kind of, like, it's like a small version of the world. And I'm not sure if this is good or bad. I mean, it is happening and it will continue happening, but I feel that it will be at some point when the whole world will look the same, no matter where you go. So this, what I don't like about this, is that you go to Austria expecting to live this Austrian atmosphere, and then you just find yourself in another Middle Eastern or Arabic atmosphere, which you are already used to. Yes, I missed it, but I wasn't expecting to experience it in Vienna.
No, it's not the real mango.
We also went to a vegan Chinese food. They serve sushi, which is Japanese, so everything is just mixed up. I was excited about this restaurant because I thought that they make vegan salmon, and for some reason I thought that this restaurant, they make everything by themselves, because they said that they make the tamari or the soy sauce. But I discovered that the vegan salmon was just something, this artificial thing that they do to imitate the real salmon, which I'm not happy with because the ingredients are not the most healthy. But in general, it was an amazing experience. People were so friendly and the food was very good. It was delicious. A big highlight of this trip is the Tian Bistro restaurant. I always wanted to try a Michelin star restaurant. It is too expensive for me, so I almost gave up until I discovered this Tian Bistro. The idea is the chef already has another restaurant that is a Michelin star, but for this restaurant you have like a group food, so you can share food with someone else, and that's how it becomes less expensive. So I shared the food with my husband, and it was an experience beyond imagination, because each bite it was multidimensional, you know. You first take a bite, you feel a flavor, and then another flavor, and then another flavor, and then another flavor in one bite. So this is something I never experienced before. Everything is organic, locally grown. They use everything in the vegetable, which is also sustainable and eco-friendly. Michelin star restaurant also, they have this show where someone come and explain the food to you, and they did this, but it was let's say in a rush. I was expecting that they will wait, but you know, we paid half the price, so something you shouldn't miss, and I really, next time I will go, I will do it the first moment I arrive in a city, which is the hop-on, hop-off bus. We did it on the last 2 days, and we discovered many things that we wanted to visit, but it was too late. But it really gives you an idea of where to go, the history behind the places, the history behind the city. That's how I got to know about the Viennese water and the spring water that comes from the mountains. Lindet Cafe is where Sigmund Freud used to go and have food there. It's about 100 years old. So the idea is to experience how was a Viennese cafe 100 years ago. We had very good Sacher cake or Sacher torta, which is Vienna is famous for. Or this because also in Croatia it's famous, and so this part of the world is famous for the Sacher torta. Also, surprisingly, also Dahmer found vegan cake. So it was a nice experience, but it was so crowded for no reason. There were empty seats and they just put everyone to sit in the crowded area to make it seem like, oh, it's so busy. The cathedral was our first stop. Amazing architecture as usual. There is a cathedral in every big city in Europe. This one really looked very special. The architecture was amazing. Inside, people were divided into two groups. One that is there to really pray and be in the cathedral as it's supposed to be, as a place to pray and connect with God. And others were tourists who just go to watch the architecture. Also, you can go up and see Vienna from the top, but we didn't do that. I lit a candle. I asked for something, and you have to pay €1 as a donation for this. And this takes from the experience, in my opinion, because if the idea of the candle is to pray to God or ask God for something important or pray for someone who's going through a tough time or something like that, then paying €1 just take from the holiness of this experience. I understand that they need to cover the fees of the candles, but this makes me also question, do you really need to pay or light a candle in order to ask God for something, to reach God? Another reason why we went to Vienna is because of Dr. Joe Dispenza. So Dr. Joe Dispenza had a retreat in Vienna, but in the summer, in August, and I tried to reserve, but I was just, in 5 minutes I filled the application and it was already closed and full, so I couldn't do it. But I tried to apply what he says, that brain cells that fire together wire together. So because I had a problem that was occupying me, I was thinking about it all the time. So I thought, if I break the environment where I am and go somewhere else, then I can change the connections in my brain and stop myself from thinking about this problem. And this is what I did. This is why I went to Vienna, because I wanted to get myself out of the familiar environment and go somewhere else, and it worked. I really noticed great improvement in the problem I was facing. In the city center, there were carriages with horses, one of the touristic attractions, but Dahmer, as a vegan, he had a different opinion about them.
They're just dying. They force them to go until they die.
Another discovery is the thrift shop. This thrift shop I watched in many videos about Vienna, and everyone was saying that it's great prices, high quality, and then I go to the shop, and at the entrance I see one YouTuber filming also for this shop. And I go in, as someone experienced in thrifting, I find that the quality was not the best. It was super expensive. Each item was €40. I just noticed how that it looks nice on camera because it has different colors, it has a cafe. So it is photogenic to film. But in reality, it's not really a good recommendation if someone wants to thrift. But that was a discovery, that you shouldn't believe everything that you watch on YouTube, because sometimes they just film it because it looks nice on camera. Another reason we were able to travel is because now Croatia is part of the Schengen. Although that's the case, we still were checked on the border before leaving Croatia, after entering Slovenia, and after entering Austria. They found 2 Syrian refugees that were trying to go to Vienna from Croatia, and they got them out of the bus. They had no luggage, no visas, nothing. One thing we couldn't miss is Manor. It's an Austrian brand, and they have vegan wafer as well. So we went and bought some gifts and checked the shop out. Also during that time there were Vienna Film Festival, which is one of the big festivals. So we watched one film that was Belgian. The film was subtitled in English, but you know, as this festival is targeting the German-speaking people, so the Q&A were in French and German, so we had to leave. So I liked Vienna. It wasn't as I expected, you know, this Viennese atmosphere, and we have an Egyptian song, I will leave a link to it in the description box, that talks about Vienna and nights, the nights of Vienna. So it wasn't as I expected. It's a multicultural city, have people from all kinds of nationalities. It's a big city. I wasn't happy when I saw beggars, and not the kind of beggars that just stand on the side of the street, but the ones that come to you and try to get whatever they can from you, and this is really stressing. So yeah, I would go for a visit, but I'm not sure I want to live there. It is too chaotic for me. It was a very nice trip. I'm really happy we did it. And that's Vienna through my eyes. So if you have experience with Vienna, let me know how was your experience. And if you've never been to Vienna after this video, would you like to go to Vienna? See you in a coming video.